Eric Trump sat down with Candace Owens, and in this weird dystopian Hunger Games interview style sit down, Eric Trump was asked the question, if you could have dinner with someone living or dead, who would it be? And here's his answer.
Have dinner with anybody dead or alive. You can't say Trump. You can't, well, you are Trump, but you can't say your father. I've already had dinner with him plenty of times.
Well, how about Jesus?
Jesus, that's a good answer.
That'd be a good one, right?
What would you ask him?
Oh, God. Did you envision this happening to the United States of America? And did you ever envision a person as incompetent as Joe Biden running the United States of America? How in the world did this happen? Honestly, I might ask him if this is actually a ploy to show people the difference between Republican leadership and Democratic leadership. Like, sometimes I think about that.
All right, first joke is, the best thing that would have happened is if it's like Candace Owens, like, you've had dinner with your dad, right? It's like, no, I met him a couple times. He won't let me in.
That was a strong possibility. Very, very realistic. I wouldn't even, there's like that story about him slapping the crap out of Don Jr. because he didn't want to wear a suit to a baseball game.
I did not hear that story. He beat his...
He went to pick up Don Jr. from his dorm room to take him to a basketball game or a baseball game. And he was wearing like a baseball jersey. He was like, ready to go, Dad. And Trump slapped him across the face and told him to put a suit on in front of all of his friends.
It's a basketball game. It's a baseball game. Everybody's going to be wearing a suit. Oh my God. I wish I'd pulled that picture of like the two brothers going through like their I'm melting because I came too close to toxic waste period where they're like, It's so bad. What would like, a lot of people say, what would Jesus do about a lot of things? But like, what would Jesus actually do if he came, he's like, oh, all right, Christ has come again. And he sits down and he's like, oh, where am I? And it's like, well, you're at dinner with Eric Trump. You're at dinner with Trump. And they'd be like, wait, which Trump? Donald Trump, right? No, Eric, you're having dinner with Eric. It's like, whoa, what? So what's the big religion? We're not the big religion anymore? I got the third Trump? What, did we lose to Islam? That got pretty big. Did Shintoism make a run at it? Like,
I like the idea of Jesus like respawning. He walks on earth like, the bitch is back, and he's met by Eric Trump. Although I know what I would ask Jesus. Mm-hmm. I would ask him if he's a guy or an ass guy. And I think he's an ass guy because he's holy.
Because he's holy. I beg to differ, Ray. There's many lactic ducts at the end of a nipple. Many holes at the end of that. I started Googling something, but I forgot what I was supposed to Google when you said that. I like that Jesus would just be asked, like, what if he got a question, that your question would be like, do you think anyone would be as incompetent as and he's like, oh, good, you're gonna ask about your dad, as Joe Biden. It's like, oh, that's not. And also, he wanted Jesus to be mean.
Yeah, he's supposed to talk shit with Jesus.
Like, Jesus is gonna show up and just like dunk on people. What? like new third time's a charm, man. Jesus is back, and he's not taking any crap. Jesus is going through like his teen phase again.
Can we talk about the fact that he tried to like put a date on? He was like, when did you ever imagine Jeebus back? And he pauses because he doesn't know when Jesus was alive. And he's like, did you ever fathom that the United States back a while, back a while,
the thousands, I guess. When AD was Jesus born? Probably 1,000 years ago.
Jesus was born in 1776.
It's so stupid. There is more to this, so let's hear the rest of this interaction.
Who had just 4 years of, despite everything they tried to do to destroy him, again, greatest unemployment, manufacturing was coming back to this country, a stability in the Middle East, to the likes of which we'd never seen before. And you just go through all the accomplishments. And then in about 3 weeks, this guy comes in and you've got, gas prices double, and you have inflation absolutely through the roof, and you have the loss of civil liberties. You have crime going through the roof. You've got Christmas presents that can't be delivered because literally store shelves are empty because you have boat after boat after boat ship, 200 miles off the coast of LA. They've moved them out because they didn't want to be embarrassed how many ships are sitting out there waiting to try and unload their goods. You see this dichotomy between two people, and that's stark contrast. Does that actually help educate kind of the United States? And I think it really might,
I just have one Bible quote for you. This is Matthew 19:24, which I think was the year Jesus was born, actually. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. So I went to Catholic school. I think Cenk mentions that one a bunch, but I just love it. I love that they want, who wants to know this sit down with Eric Trump, and this question is just to get to know Eric Trump better. And who wants to do that? He's bad at it too. He's horrible at this question.
Yeah, he answers it like those videos of the beauty pageant contestants who just don't know what they're talking about and they just start rambling. But I would like to say that you've misinterpreted that Bible quote. The camel in that story is actually a private jet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's harder for the private jet to enter heaven because the rich guy isn't in it. Once you put the rich guy in the private jet, then it's fine. Smooth sailing. I learned this from all the televangelist pastors.
Yep.
Clearly it's A-okay with God. All's well.
So stupid. I do want to point out something that what is it with the Trumps and trying to be religious when they are everything the Bible is against? It says, treat others as you would want to be treated. Trump is mean. The one thing that one of the major icons of the Old Testament anyway is the golden calf. They melted everything down so they could put gold on stuff. And that's all of Trump's build. He's got a golden toilet. Everything's covered in gold. He is opulence. He builds towers. The Tower of Babel story is that they built a giant tower to get up to the level of God, and God was like, this is presumptuous. Trump himself has said that he is as dope as God, basically. He thinks he is God, which is part of that same story. But even knowing about the Bible sucks. Trump sucks so bad at. I put together a small compilation of Trump talking about religion as though he has never encountered it before. And not even that, he hasn't even seen a movie about it before. Take a look.
I hear this is a major theme right here, but 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17, that's the whole ball game.
I'm wondering what one or two of your most favored Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. When I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics. But Easter Sunday, Palm Sunday, I'm going to be watching tomorrow live from Riverside, California, great church. But I'm going to be watching on a computer. Right? On a laptop. I think on Easter, maybe I'll be watching from a laptop as opposed. So how sad is it that we have Easter Palm and Easter Sunday and people are watching on laptops and computers? It's sad.
Easter Palm.
Is it 2 Corinthians? You can't even say Corinthians 2, too fast, 2 Corinthians. You can't even say a single Bible verse like thou shalt not kill. Anything. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Just BS, people. He doesn't even do that. It's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. But I love the entire Trump family, who is just just like the opulent sinner. The person who, there's a part of the Bible where Jesus like runs into the church and they're using it for bad reasons and he gets all mad. Cut to Trump like clearing out protesters with tear gas so he can use a church for a photo opportunity. Like this, I'm a half Hebrewoid who went to Catholic school and I know more about religion than these guys.
I think there's a video of someone asking Trump, not even what his favorite verse is, but what his favorite testament is. They're like, what do you like, the Old Testament or the New Testament? And he's like, I like them both. I couldn't pick just one. They're like, just like, which one do you like a little more? And he's like, they're both great. Old, the new, all of it. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. I can't pick favorites.
Here's the testament that Trump likes more. He likes the one that's shorter. So he likes the New Testament, especially because 4 of the books are the exact same thing. Like the Matthew, Mark, Luke, whatever, the Paul, the like 4 books are like this 4 dudes telling the exact same stories. It's the first Rashomon.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.